everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to the Vibe Tribe family. Today is Storytime Saturday, and I'm kind of doing like a little 3-part series on my healing journey. Today starts 14 years ago when I cleaned up from my drug of choice. So I'm not going to get into many details, but I wouldn't watch this near little human ears or if this is going to trigger you. I also show you guys a little clip of my grandson. So let's get into the video. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you join the Vibe Tribe family by hitting that little red subscribe button. If you like today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, as it lets me know I'm on the right track for creating content for you. If you don't like it, that's okay. Give me the thumbs down. Thanks for the watch time. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, as it does let you know, squirrel, when my videos upload. Okay, let's get into this, you guys. Many, many blessings. Hashtag Vibe Tribe.
Hey everyone, how's your Saturday going so far? Sherry here, aka Diamond Art Addiction, and we are going to be kitting up Seize the Day, the one that you guys voted on in the video that I unboxed. It was Chakra Lotus, and Seize the Day was the one that everybody wanted to see. Sister Dawn is here.
Hey.
And I'm going to be actually kitting this up a little bit differently. I'm using my Craftmates lockables right here. I actually love this system, so easy to travel with. But the way I'm going to be labeling it is going to be a little bit different. But yesterday I went to go see, I had to take my kids to their fathers. They're going there for 10 days. And I went and seen my grandson, and I took a couple video clips of when we were going up the Obed Summit, which is the highest point on the Yellowhead. It's almost 1,700 meters above sea level. So you guys could see some scenery. And then I took a little video clip of my grandson so you guys could see my grandbaby. So I am going to throw those clips in, and when you come back, you're going to see that we are going to be ready to kit this up. I do need to put a little bit of a warning in. I am going to be sharing, I know I've already talked about being a drug addict. Today I'm going to share my 14 years of sobriety from crystal meth. If this is not something that you want to listen to, please feel free to not watch. I just want to let people know, I know as being a recovering addict, sometimes things can be triggering, but I do want to share with you guys, you know, the intervention part of what happened and how I was able to remain clean from said drug. So when you come back, you're going to see that we're going to have all the diamonds organized and ready to go into the lockables. And yeah, you guys are going to get to see some clips of my grandson right here. Hi, I told you guys that I would be sharing our little mini road trip here.
Are you kidding me?
We're about to get to the highest point on the Obed Summit. We're going up a mountain right now. My son is freaking out because I'm still driving. Like, I'm just showing you guys some of the countryside.
Pay attention to the road.
Don Carson, I'm paying attention to the road. I mean, I've got viewers in Germany, Australia that would love to see the Canadian wilderness. Here, I'll pass it to the sister. There we go. So we are getting close. I'm passing. Oh, look, he's driving this gas cap out. Asshole. Whoa, I can't believe I said that. I notice everything when I'm driving. So we are going up to the highest point here. And then when we go down, I'll get my sister to shut it off. I told you guys, this is what we do. We like to road trip. I got 3 kids in the back, so of course I'm going to be safe. I got the one son and his girlfriend, and then I got Carson. He's more concerned about the road than anything else. He's my worry wart. Goddess love him. Donovan, there's no windows open. Why are you vaping in the car? So, as you can see, we're up. Alberta has some beautiful scenery. We're going down. So right now, we are done visiting the parents. The boys are at their father's, and I am heading to go see my grandson and my daughter while I'm trying to drive the car. Yeah. But I don't have the son going to be sitting here yelling at me this time. So yeah, we are going to go see my daughter and my grandson. So in the next clip, that is what you're going to get to see. It'll be a millisecond for you, probably be a little bit, well, a few minutes for me. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Blessings. And there he is. There, the Grayson. Can you say hi? Is that Grayson? Is it the Nana's boy? I love you. Such a ham. My subscribers have been waiting to see my grandson. I just hit 1,000, eh, Larissa?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can monetize. Yeah, I believe. Careful, so you don't get
Oh yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, I know she can finally monetize her
Say
videos.
bye-bye.
for
Go
AdSense,
bye-bye. Bye-bye. I love you.
Yeah.
Grandchildren, this is my reward for not killing her. It's true. True story. Hope you guys are having a good day. Back. Is that grandson of mine not cute? Oh, he is the light of my life. Like, that's my reward, like I said, for not killing her.
And there was time.
Oh, my sister's gotten many a phone call. I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. But nothing more than what I didn't do to my own parents. Okay, so we have everything here, like cut and ready to go. We have the Craftmate lockables. I cut out the thing on the front of the box so I could put it in there, kind of just, reminds me of what I'm working on and the size and so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm just like that. So how I'm gonna do this, you guys, is there are 46 colors. I've got the diamond painting over here, like right there, so I can reference on the card. I'll just kind of go like that so you guys can see. Don't worry, they can't see you, Dawn. I'm making sure. She's very adamant you guys are not gonna get to see her for a very long time. We'll see about that. Yeah, I got it here so I can reference because I didn't get the sticker. I didn't get a schematic or anything like that. So instead of labeling my stickers by DMC code, I just went label 1 through 46. Easy breezy, beautiful. Diamond painting world. Leave it to me. I'm actually in a really good, goofy mood, you guys. It has been one of the most amazing weeks ever. I couldn't ask for anything more to go right than that's gone right. You've been with me most of the week. Like, it's been amazing. So we're gonna start getting this out. I'm gonna take out, so there's 46 and 7, 14, 21, 28,
35, 42.
We'll need a few in that one. Then we'll just set this aside over here so it's not in the way. So as you read by the title, and as I said in the beginning, I'm just gonna start labeling these first and then we'll start adding the diamonds. I am gonna be sharing with you guys, you've seen, I have another video in there in my playlist that talks about being an addict. If you go to, believe it will be in StoryTime Saturday playlist, you will see it there. I am not going to promise that I'm going to link it up in that little I always forget, #MSLife. So I had been using hard drugs. I started smoking cigarettes at the age of 11. I started smoking marijuana at the age of 13. And then I started on the hard drugs at the age of 15. I am not going to say that marijuana is a gateway drug because that is not true. I totally believe it is the disposition, the personality, and what's going on in somebody's life. Because I know many people who started smoking pot that did not go to heavy drugs.
I'm one of them.
My sister is one of them. And it doesn't mean that she hasn't had trauma. Everybody copes differently. And I am going to, I started having trauma at a very, very young age. Oh, I didn't write out 30 because I'm just squirrel. Now I gotta get the pen. I had experienced trauma at the age of 5. And then, it just kind of progressed, with other things that went on in life. So I'm not going to be talking about what caused trauma, so on and so forth. I want to talk about recovery. And if you know someone maybe who is addicted and you're not sure what to do, I'm going to tell you right now, there is nothing that you can do to help them. They will not stop until they're ready. You can try and force them. You can try and, use things against them. It's not going to work if they are that addicted. They have to hit rock bottom. Okay, so 1. Here, I'm just gonna I'll go like this. All right, so trying to keep my train of thought going here. When someone is addicted, the only thing that you can do is control what you do with them. Don't enable is the biggest piece of advice that I can give anybody. If you have someone you love that is addicted, that say lives with you and it's just getting to be too much, then you have to ask them to leave. If they, keeping them in your home, and I know what a lot of people think, well, if I put them out on the street, I don't know what's going to happen to them. Well, look what they're doing to themselves now. And drug addicts will use anything and everything they can to get that next fix. They will lie, cheat, steal. So, and that was me. I was a liar. I was a manipulator. I stole. I cheated. I did whatever I could. I can't speak on another addict's experience. The only thing I can do is I can speak from my own experience. So I got really, really bad, obviously after I lost my son. And then almost 13 months to the day, I lost my brother, my adopted, kind of like what Brother Jeremy is to me. That's what Mike was to me. So I got really bad from 2000 to 2004. I found out I was pregnant with my middle son, Donovan. I found out I was pregnant with him February of 2004. Thank you, my sister. And I was using drugs. I was using, you guys. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to hide it. I need to take ownership. And when you start in the program, that is the biggest thing that you can do. Okay, so make sure I'm on track. 9 is 322. Okay. I'm not even double checking. I'm just rocking and rolling. My sister organized the diamonds to numbers, so I'm trusting she has them in order. 350. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. So I found out I was pregnant in February. I went to the doctor. I told them, as soon as I figured it out. And how I figured it out is I was at Walmart shopping with my daughter at the time. And she was 6, turning 7 that year. So we were at Walmart and I went down the tampon aisle. And I'm looking, and then I'm thinking, and I'm like, oh no. So instead of getting tampons, I went and got a home pregnancy test. I went home. I took the test, and within seconds, I got "you're pregnant" look, and I freaked out because I knew what I was using. I knew how much I was using. I made a doctor's appointment for a few days later. I immediately stopped using, instantly. And when you stop using crystal meth, all you want to do is you sleep for days because you deprived your body so much of sleep that all you want to do is sleep. So I went to the doctor right away. She's like, yeah, I told them I was using, I was using crystal meth. Okay, so we did an ultrasound and I cried when they said everything looks good. Baby's heartbeat was strong. Everything was good. I did not use for the remainder of my pregnancy, obviously. My son came early, which they said might happen. He came 5 weeks early on August 28th, 2004. Okay, I continued to remain sober. And then my son was a few weeks old and he got extremely sick. Like he started throwing up after every meal. He wasn't peeing. A diaper would last him all day and it would still be dry. So after 3 weeks of fighting, my son was getting weaker and weaker. And my sister knows because she went through the exact same thing with her son. And what it's called, what might be, okay, slow down here, Sherry. Squirrel. So I'm just going to drink this one here because this one got cold, my sister. Demise. Sorry. Squirrel. My son was born at 5 pounds, 10 ounces. He lost a few ounces in hospital after birth, which is normal. My son then, got up to 6 pounds, 2 ounces when the, home nurse came to check on us because he was premature. And then when he started getting sick, after 3 weeks of fighting with doctors, I was going to different towns. They're all like, we don't know what's wrong. At one point, they called me a paranoid new mom. So anyway, my son was really sick. After a few weeks of fighting, we finally went to the Edson Hospital, and I said, I am not leaving until you tell me what's wrong with my baby. The doctor, I'll never forget, it was Dr. Quay, weighed my son, and my son was 4 pounds, 10 ounces. He had lost a pound from birth weight, and he was preemie. So they're like, I think there's something wrong with this baby. You think? Like, I've only been fighting, and don't call me a paranoid new mom. I've been a mom for 7 years at this point. So we went to Edmonton, Alberta, got to the Stollery Children's Hospital, and the pediatrician came in and said, your baby needs surgery. That's the only way they can fix this. They had been putting IVs in him. They told me my son would, if we wouldn't have gotten there when we did, my son would have died within 24 to 48 hours of malnutrition and dehydration. So we ended up going up into the NICU area, and it was so traumatizing, you guys, because you got to remember, this is the first child born after losing Xavier. So, 57. No, we lost one here. 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, give me a second, you guys. We got to pause here. I'll be right back.
We're back.
Sister Dawn squirreled because she was listening to the story. Okay, so we're at the hospital. Okay, so 28, 975. Okay, we're back on par here, you guys. That only took us a couple seconds to fix it. Shit happens, as I like to say. Squirrel. So we're at the Stollery Children's Hospital, and my son had to wait 8 days before he could have surgery because they had to get his electrolytes all back up and so on and so forth. So In those 8 days, I watched my son get numerous IVs, one right in the center of his forehead. So he was called Unicorn Baby. In those 8 days, a woman, a mother, had lost her child. It happened. I heard the code blue. I heard it go up. And then I heard that scream, which I'll never get out of my head. A few days later, my son had surgery. I am so traumatized at this point because I'm having flashbacks to losing Xavier, praying to the universe not to take my son. When I got out of the hospital, I went right back to using. I couldn't cope with what I went through while I was there. I had PTSD from losing Xavier. So I went right back to using, you guys. Now, my son was not being breastfed. He was bottle fed. I still looked after my kids. I would say you would call me a functioning, absent mother. And what I mean by that is I was using, and I was doing what I needed to do to be a mother, but I was getting high while doing it. Just double checking now. So I used for 9 months, and then in August of 2005, my family and Carson, my youngest, had not been born yet. He was not born. He wasn't even a thought in my mind at this point. So in August of 2004, I got interventioned by my parents and who is now my ex, the boy's father. I got told, I came home one day. I'd been gone for a couple days because my ex was on days off. I came home and my mom and dad and my ex were sitting there, and I knew something was up. And I basically, in a nutshell, got told I had to choose. It was drugs or my children, because my parents said they were going to take my daughter, and my ex said he was going to take my son, and I would be out on the street, that they were refusing to continue to watch me kill myself, and they were refusing to let my children sit by idly. Needless to say, I got sober. I went to a treatment center. I learned how to cope with my trauma. I still get flashbacks here and there, but I have learned coping mechanisms. I've learned how to deal with trauma and life's issues as it comes. When it comes to dealing with someone who is an addict, the only thing you can do is cut yourself off from them. It is traumatizing for family to have to go through anything like that. I couldn't even imagine what my parents experienced. Okay, for a minute there I thought I was like, squirrel! So I can't speak on their behalf. I can only speak on my own, and when it comes to dealing with an addict. Over the years, I have, since August of 2005, I have not used crystal meth, not once. I smoke marijuana, but that is for pain. I do not consider that drug addiction. To me, drug addiction is something that you use in excess of. Addiction, period, is something you use in excess of. I'll be back in a minute for a little bit of a mix-up. I didn't even have to fix anything. Something just told me to check. It's good. Sister Dawn's listening to the story. So I ended up getting pregnant. I sobered up August of 2005. I found out beginning of November I was pregnant with little Carson. And I never used during a pregnancy because that's not fair to the child. I felt so bad that For the first few months of my pregnancy with Donovan, I did use. I didn't know I was pregnant. When you are in recovery, you are always in recovery. I could easily slip at any moment, any given time. And I've been learning how to live without having to rely on a mind-altering substance to get by. And it can be anything. It can be, I have addiction issues, period, you guys. I've been addicted to drugs. I've been addicted to gambling. I've been addicted to online shopping. I'm addicted to diamond painting, but I'm not stopping that one. They can intervention me all I want. I'll go to some center, but I'm taking it with me. It's anything that you use in excess to escape from reality. And the only time it becomes a problem is when it starts affecting your loved ones around you. If you have someone that is addicted and you need help, you can always reach out to me. I always keep my email, Instagram, everything is down below in the description box. If you are an addict, I've been working with one person. I have been working with one subscriber who reached out to me a long time ago and got sober. If you are an addict and you need help, reach out to me. There is no judgment from me. When you're addicted, you don't want to be addicted. You don't. You don't just wake up one day and say, oh, I'm going to be addicted and hurt everybody around me. That's not how it works. When you're addicted, you're scared. You're scared, how do I live without my friend? Which is going to numb you out. You don't feel, you don't live, you don't care. You're an empty vessel of a person who hasn't learned how to cope with your trauma. My very first trauma was when I was 5. And then I had another really, really bad trauma at 17. Then I had another really bad trauma at 20, losing my son. And then being in such an awful, abusive marriage. I did from the age of 16 to the age of, Larissa was turning 5 when I left her father. Anyway, when you are an addict, you don't want to hurt people. You don't want to lie, cheat, steal, be a manipulator. We don't just wake up and say, yep, I want to do this. You're trying to escape from reality. You're trying to escape from life. And you need to look at, why? Why do I need this substance or online shopping? Why do I need to escape in excess? It's not something that you can just break. I officially started my healing journey Mother's Day of 2009. I have not used any form of a street drug. Like I haven't used cocaine, crack, meth, heroin since I started my journey. I have not used painkillers to abuse them. I use painkillers to help my back. There are some days that I cannot get up. I cannot move. It's awful. My doctor told me I am so afraid of becoming an addict that I won't take them in excess. I don't want to be an addict. I don't want to do that again. I know what happens. There was one time that I was abusing pain medication, and it was opioid pain medication. Donovan was 4, Carson was 2. I came off of them cold turkey, and I went through 10 days of hell. No medication to help me come off them. I went through the withdrawal. I did it all while looking after 3 kids. And the reason why I did it that way was so I would never forget what it felt like to go through that. I don't ever want to go through that again. Drug addicts are not bad people. Addicts are not bad people. They are people who are in so much pain, they don't know how to fix it. A lot of people might not want to admit they have a problem. It's really hard. But what's the first step? Admitting that you have no control or power over this substance. So that is the first step in becoming sober, is you have to admit that there's a problem that you need help with. That's the only way it's going to work. You know, I've been through numerous programs. It's been really over the last 10 years that I've really dealt with the trauma that I have been through in my life. I've not shared all of it with you guys, and I don't know if I'm going to. I might, maybe, possibly down the road. I'm not sure. I don't know. You know, sometimes when you talk about it, it's almost like rehashing it, and then all those emotions come back. The one thing that I've learned is, in order to know you're living, you have to feel pain. And I'm talking emotional pain, mental pain. It's okay to not be okay, but you can't be not okay forever. You got to somehow, some way, find a way that's going to help you get through it, whether it's going to a therapist, whether it's getting a sponsor, whether it's, you know, I will always have that monkey. I will always have that demon of addiction with me. I've just learned how to cope with it. I've learned what I need to do, and doing YouTube and what I've been doing for almost 4 months now has been one of the biggest factors in my recovery, is because I'm sharing my story, right? I'm sharing my experiences, and I'm meeting people that I can relate to, that relate to me. And sometimes that's all we need, is being with people who aren't book smart. Like, I'm sorry, I cannot do therapists. I can't. I have tried going to therapists. I've tried going to addiction counselors. The first thing I'll ask them is, have you ever had an addiction? Nope, I'm not talking to you. How can you tell me what I'm going through? How can you tell me what I'm feeling when you've never been where I'm at? You're book smart. You're not addiction smart. And there is a difference. A book will tell you, well done. No, don't not. Unless you've lived it or experienced some form of addiction, you have no clue what someone is going through when they're trying to overcome it. So unless someone is an addict, has been an addict, I won't, do you know what I mean? Like, I just can't. I will not open up, because how am I supposed to trust you when you don't even know what it feels like? You know, and I understand they want to help people and all, but to me, and that's me, right? I'm not saying like this is from my experience and from what's worked for me. Working with people who've never been there or have never experienced it really don't know what they're talking about. Don't tell me what I'm supposed to be feeling, thinking, or going through when you've never even experienced it. You know, it's no different than, you know, coming out of my abusive relationship. You know, I went to therapists, and I don't know, like, it just doesn't work for me. And that's from my own personal experience. So as you can see, you guys, we are done. My painting is kitted up. I get to start working on DC's the day. I'm so excited. It's been so long since I've worked on a Diamond Art Club, you guys. So I'm going to end this conversation here. And in my next story time Saturday, I will continue it. I'll make this like a 3-part series. Basically, part 1 is how I got intervention and like what I talked about today. Part 2, I'm going to talk about the first few years of being sober, right? And then part 3, I'll start with 10 years ago. And I'm going to start sharing my healing journey with you guys. Today was at 14 years ago. Now we're going to go from 14 years to recently. And that's what Storytime Saturday is going to be now. So if you made it this far into the video, please comment your favorite DMC color. I'm laying some Easter eggs because you guys are going to be going on an Easter egg hunt soon. I will explain what that means down the road. But if you made it this far, put your favorite DMC color down. You will understand why soon. Okay, you guys, I hope you're having a fabulous day. The only paintings you're going to be seeing me work on over the next couple weeks is Seize the Day and the squirrel painting, because I want to see how long it takes me to complete a diamond painting without squirreling and moving to all other projects. I want to see if I can actually do a painting from kitting up to finish without jumping over to other paintings, minus my collab pieces, and see how long it takes me to finish Seize the Day. I'm looking forward to start working on this. This is mine and my hubby's dream heaven, our dream place. I think even my sister and my brother-in-law would like that.
Give me somewhere by the ocean.
Yeah, right? Being by water. So on that note, I hope you all are having a wonderful, fantabulous day. I wish you all many, many blessings of love and light. Stay positive, live blessed, and until the next time, many, many blessings. #VibeTribe. Bye, guys.